Listen up.
This just in.
All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
Well, during Sunday's Versus episode, Swizz Beatz had some comments as he tried to encourage Justin Timberlake to join in on Versus.
If Justin Timberlake is not on Versus, it's not okay. But until Justin let the world know that
Justin got to come out. He's coming out.
I'm trying to tell you, until he got to admit that he loved the black culture and he got to be on this stage. I ain't really dance to that. You take from the black culture, you give to the black culture. Come to Versus and be a part of the black culture. Let's go.
Wow. Well, in the recap, Timbaland and Swizz Beatz said this.
He did went a little hard on my brother JT though. To be honest with you, I don't really know because I was looking at the songs, but I just kept hearing you say his name, so I couldn't really hear. I just thought it was kind of hard.
Look, man, I had to go hard. You heard how them songs were sounding on that stage? Yeah, I was playing. You and JT it was like JT was in the building. I was like, man, it's hip hop, and I was just having fun. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no problem with JT. I don't got no problem with nobody.
You're putting that pressure on JT to show up, though. I'm not mad at it.
He is.
I'm not mad at it. It had to be awkward for Timbaland, but I'm not mad at it.
Right, and Justin Timberlake has no hard feelings. He did post an old clip of him and Swizz Beatz dancing in the studio on Instagram, and he put congrats to Timbaland and Swizz for 1 year of Versus.
That's not what we want to hear, Justin. You gonna show up to Versus or not, sir? Okay, don't try to deflect. Are you showing up to Versus or not? Justin Timberlake versus Usher. Let's get it.
I think Usher would kind of wash him. I don't know if that's a fair matchup.
We know that.
And maybe he knows that too.
Listen, don't get me wrong. JT got joints, he's not touching Usher.
Yeah, I don't think that's a fair matchup right there.
But it would be good because remember back in the early 2000s, there was these Usher, Justin Timberlake comparisons. Remember Usher? I think he won Album of the Year at the Grammys or something. And he went on stage. He said, "Can we stop the comparisons between me and JT now?" So it's a little backstory there. That's all.
All right, now Tiffany Haddish is saying that she's planning to adopt a child. She was talking to Entertainment Tonight, and here's what she said.
I want to get somebody that's like 5 and up. Already know how to use the restroom, already know how to talk, already know how to communicate. And then all I'm doing is just pouring knowledge, pouring knowledge in, get them ready for the big bad world.
It's also Foster Care Awareness Month right now, and she said she really wanted to be a foster parent, but because she's at a certain level of success, her lawyer suggested it's probably best to just adopt, so she's in that process.
Yeah, Tiffany does so much with foster care kids that people don't even know about, but she does a lot of work with kids in foster homes and stuff like that, and she'd make a great mother.
Yeah, so I think that's really, really dope. All right, now Ricky Martin is speaking out about an interview that he had with Barbara Walters back in 2000 where she pressured him to address his sexuality. He said that moment gave him PTSD. He was talking to People magazine now about his rise to fame in the 90s, and that moment in particular, he's had girlfriends and he had not publicly come out yet, was very traumatizing for him. Here's the original interview from back in 2000.
Sexuality and homosexuality should not be a problem for anybody.
You could stop these rumors. I don't want to put you on the spot, but it's in your power to do it. And I'm bringing it up, Ricky, because that this is being said,
thank you so
and you're even being named.
For giving me the opportunity to express the rumors. However, for some reason, I just don't feel like it.
Dropping a clue bomb.
So 10 years later.
Why doesn't Barbara Walters get credit for being a savage like everybody, like somebody like me does, or anybody? Like she's a savage when she does these interviews.
Well, in 2010, she said she did feel it was an inappropriate question, and she did regret pushing him to answer that question. And Ricky Martin did officially come out via a statement that same year on his website. He said, "I am proud to say that I am a fortunate homosexual man. I'm very blessed to be who I am." And recently, this is what he told People magazine.
A little PTSD with that situation because I felt a bit trapped. I felt a bit violated because I was just not ready to come out. I don't think nowadays that question can even be asked. A lot of people say, what would you do differently? Well, maybe I would have come out in that interview. It would have been great because when I came out, it just felt amazing. But that day, I was very afraid. And I don't think you can force anyone to come out.
He's absolutely right. That's why I said Barbara Walters is a savage. And if you listen to old Barbara Walters interviews, she was always like that. Like, she was way worse than Breakfast Club interviews. I'm serious. Way worse.
All right, now let's talk about Naomi Osaka. As you know, they had threatened to disqualify her, but now all 4 Grand Slam tennis tournaments are offering support for Naomi Osaka after she talked about protecting her mental health when she decided to step aside. And she was ranked the number 2 player when she was fined $15,000 when she didn't speak to reporters after her first round victory on last Sunday. Then she pulled out of the tournament entirely, saying that she had huge waves of anxiety before meeting with the media, and she also revealed that she had suffered long bouts of depression. So tennis players are required to attend news conferences if requested to do so, and they do allow for fines up to $20,000 if they don't show up. But now, on behalf of the Grand Slams, they are offering Naomi Osaka their support and assistance in any way possible as she takes time away from the court. She's an exceptional athlete, and we look forward to her return as soon as she deems appropriate. Another person who voiced her support was Venus Williams. Here's what she said is how she dealt with all of the pressure.
For me personally, how I deal with it was that I know every single person asking me a question can't play as well as I can and never will. So no matter what you say or what you write, you'll never light a candle to me. So that's how I deal with it. But each person deals with it differently.
I know that's right.
I don't see nothing she did wrong. I reserve the right to take a mental health break whenever the hell you want to. If you're mentally exhausted, emotionally exhausted, you feeling overwhelmed, disconnect. Drop on the clues bombs for Naomi Osaka.
I agree with her. And I don't understand how they do a lot of these interviews. You got these players that are focused on these tournaments. They're in a zone. And they want to stay in that zone. They don't need that negative energy. They don't want the same questions over and over. So, I mean, I say...
They don't need that Barbara Walters pressure. Who was that we were talking about? Who was that just now? That was talking to Ricky Martin?
Barbara Walters.
Yeah, we don't need that Barbara Walters pressure.
No,
okay?
Talk to him after. When everything's over, then talk to him.
And, you know, she's a professional tennis player. She didn't sign up to be a celebrity or a media personality or anything like that. She wants to play tennis. And this is part of the requirement, but that might not be... you know, obviously not the main drive of why she does what she does. It's just something that comes with it.
I agree with you, but by the way, regardless of what you sign up to be, you have the right to disconnect. I don't care what it is, what industry it is, what job it is, celebrity, non-celebrity, whatever. When you want to disconnect, you can disconnect.
All right. Well, that is your rumor report.
All right. Charlamagne, who are you giving that donkey to?
I don't know, but I really want to know why Barbara Walters is not considered a shock jock. This is really possible. Why they don't look at Barbara Walters the way they look at Wendy Williams or Miss Jones, you know what I mean, or Howard Stern, whoever else falls in that category. She needs to be getting the same credit for being a savage as they do. Okay? Don't you think?
I agree.
She is savage. Donkey today is going to Tucker Carlson. He needs to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with him.
All right. We'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.